Consciousness Part 27 from Shri Aurobindo. The duck is the symbol of the soul. Silvery color, the spiritual consciousness. Golden wings, the power of the divine truth. The dove signifies peace. The colors indicate a vital green would be self-giving in the vital. Blue, the higher consciousness in the vital. So it must be peace casting its influence from above on the vital. It is not a fact that the psychic being always appears as a baby. It is sometimes seen symbolically as a newborn baby. Many see it as a child of varying ages. It is a very common and usual experience. It is not peculiar to emotional natures. It has several significances, such as the new birth of the consciousness into the true psychic nature, the still young growth of this new being, the trust, reliance, dependence of the child on the mother. The child, when it does not mean the psychic being, is usually the symbol of something newborn in some part of the consciousness. Red indicates many different things according to the shade. The crown indicates the higher consciousness in its static condition, the wheel its dynamic action. The red light is the power sent down to change the physical. The wheel is the sign of an action of force. Whatever force may be indicated by the nature of the symbol, and as it was surging upwards, it must be the fire of aspiration rising from the vital, navel center to the higher consciousness above. The feeling of being dead in a vision or dream experience comes when something in the being is to be silenced into entire inactivity and ceases to exist as a part of the nature. It may be a very small part, but as during the process of the consciousness is concentrated in it and identified with it for the purpose of the working, the feeling is that I am dead. When you said I am dead, now let me get up and go, it simply meant the thing is done and the process is over. There is no need to identify myself with this part any longer. There is no indication in the experience as to what the thing was that passed through the experience. The vision you saw was a symbol of the outward physical consciousness obscured by the ordinary movements, clouds, but with the spirituality, the moon, still spreading the light everywhere from behind the ordinary human ignorance. The dog indicates something in the physical, the part that is faithful, obedient, etc., waiting confidently for the light to come. The separate images are very usual symbols of the inner experience, but they have been combined together here in a rather difficult way. The fire, of course, is a psychic fire which wells up from the veiled psychic source. The bird is the soul and the flower is the rose of love and surrender. The moon is the symbol of spirituality, as the star is within it, is described as piercing through the knots of the inner darkness and bursting the vital growths that are like clouds and wrapping it. The boat also is a usual symbol in the inner visions. The elephant is the spiritual strength that removes obstacles, and the horse the force of tapasya that gallops to the summits of the spiritual realization. The sun is the symbol of the higher truth. The lotus is the symbol of the inner consciousness. The dream is evidently an indication of the difficulty you are experiencing. The sea is the sea of the vital nature whose flood is pursuing you. Desires are the sea water on your road of sadhana. The mother is there in your heart, but sleeping. That is, her power has not become conscious in your inner consciousness because she is surrounded by the thin curtain of skin, the obscurity of the physical nature. It is not thick any longer, but still effective to veil her from you, which has to go so that she may awake. It is a matter of persistence in the will and the endeavor. The response from within, the awakening of the mother in the heart will come.